You know those times when life feels like it's shifting, and you're wondering, how do I navigate this? How do I actually grow?
Yeah, absolutely. Not just survive it, but maybe even thrive through it.
Exactly. Well, today we're taking a deep dive into Mandar's April Writing Challenge. It turned into this really quite remarkable 30-day journey for him. Lots of self-discovery.
Consistent reflection.
Right, and we're focusing specifically on his posts around growth and learning. He really set out to, write from the heart consistently and do it publicly.
Which takes courage in itself.
It really does.
Yeah.
And what came out were these, what he called tiny breakthroughs. So our mission today, let's pull out the key wisdom, the actionable bits from Mandar's insights. Think of it as a guided reflection on growth.
Sounds good. Where should we start?
Okay, let's unpack how this whole thing evolved for him. He started with, I think he called them 15 quotes.
Yeah, that's right. Just simple quotes initially.
Which then became 15 reflections, and then eventually these genuine breakthroughs he mentions. He talks about how it helped him find himself again.
And the writing itself, it's very heartfelt, isn't it? Short, direct,
Totally.
action-oriented too.
And what's really fascinating, I think, is how this personal journey taps into that bigger idea of needing discomfort to grow. Mandar explores this directly in a post called The Courage to be a Beginner.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one. Powerful title.
It is. And he reflects, be brave enough to be bad at something. It's where mastery begins. He really emphasizes that awkward, stumbling phase.
That's where the growth lives, he says.
Exactly. That's the spot. He even shares his own hesitations, admitting that every big step he's taken started with him being, well, a complete beginner.
That feeling is so universal, that awkwardness when you're new at something. How does he suggest pushing past that, especially with putting thoughts out there daily? Well, his core idea seems to be about leaning into that discomfort. Trusting, and this is key, that confidence actually follows the effort. It doesn't necessarily come first.
So you don't wait to feel confident before you start.
Right, you start, you show up, even imperfectly. His goal wasn't perfection, it was consistency, it was honesty. That willingness to be imperfect, that was the beginner's courage in action.
Okay, I like that. Confidence follows effort. It makes you think about another big hurdle.
Mandar tackles the fear of making mistakes.
Ah, yes, the classic dilemma. He has a post, regret or mistakes, which would you rather live with? He doesn't shy away from it.
So what's his take, mistakes or regret?
Well, he puts it pretty bluntly. Mistakes show you're learning, but regret shows you never took the first step.
Oof, that's direct.
It is. He clarifies, like, mistakes mean you tried. Regret means you didn't. And fundamentally, mistakes help you grow, whereas regret it keeps you stuck.
So he'd rather look back at the mess and know he learned something. Precisely. Rather than having that nagging feeling of, what if I just tried? It really cuts through that perfectionism trap, doesn't it?
It absolutely does.
Right.
And if we connect these dots, beginner's courage, embracing mistakes, it all points towards this growth mindset philosophy he seems to champion.
Exactly. Action is crucial, but so is self-compassion. And it's not just about doing things differently, it's also about thinking differently.
You mean like his posts on mindset and self-talk?
Things like your words shape your world, or who's winning your inner critic or inner cheerleader. They really hammer home that the internal foundation is critical for that external journey.
So it's about managing that inner voice.
Yes, consciously choosing that dialogue. He keeps reminding the reader, your thoughts shape your reality. Be kind to yourself, but still push yourself. It's a balance.
And the proof is kind of in the pudding.
Right.
Seeing his reflections lead to real action, like hitting his 50th blog post. That's consistency. And then actually launching mPath services. He's, like you said earlier, taking that leap, embodying the principles he writes about.
He's drinking his own Kool-Aid, as they say. Showing up, taking action, putting himself out there to help others. It's pretty inspiring.
It really is. So wrapping this up, what's a core takeaway here for someone listening?
I think Mandar's journey really underlines that growth is, well, it's a process. It's continuous, it requires bravery, and it's often messy.
Yeah, it's about showing up, learning as you go, making those mistakes, and actively building that positive inner mindset.
And maybe his work prompts a little pause for reflection. It makes you wonder, perhaps, what first step are you holding back from right now?
Good question. Or what beginner phase are you maybe ready to step into? Trusting that, like he says, confidence will follow the effort.
Exactly. Trusting that process.
His challenge is a great reminder. Every day is a new chance to outdo yesterday's version of you. So maybe the final thought for you listening is, inspired by Mandar's journey, what's just one small, 1% upgrade you could make today on your own path.